Hello.
Hello. Uh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hi,
you
good to
are
see you.
mute, I guess.
I guess we'll wait for a couple of minutes. I think people will join by then.
So, hi Vishesh, how are you doing, buddy?
I am doing good. Great to catch up with the alums now that we are also one.
It's a great feeling to come back to a college, like to interact with people who are just pass out or who are still in that phase. Because corporate life is different, as we know, it is really different than the college life.
Yes. We'll probably have to wait for a couple of minutes since it's a Sunday and people are taking a little time to join in.
No worries, we can wait for some time.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal.
There was a time change as well, so probably it hasn't reached out that much.
And how was the week like this MBA Beyond books and how is it going on?
It's going on quite good. This is a part of Powered Packed Week, in which each single episode is called Power Dose, and it's going quite good. The feedback is very positive.
Great, great, great. So basically, so you are also a KJ alumni, right?
Yes, just just passed out this year, and we have heard about you in the court.
Volleyball was is my passion rather. And looking at how was the placement this time, like looking at this scenario of COVID and other things.
Uh, so the placements till around March were pretty well. I mean, in terms of what offers people got. But yeah, as the situation changed, there were a few offers receded there, and a lot of deferring in terms of joining and everything, including for myself and a lot of other people. So yeah, but from July onwards, a lot of companies started to call back the people they had picked up, and I think by the end of October, around 60-70% of batch should have joined their companies. At least 70% would have joined their companies.
Okay.
As you're aware, a lot of recruitment from our particular colleges in the IT sector as well. So not many problems in that uh, zone of recruiting.
Right, right. No, all will be getting work from home, so it is like it
Yes.
will extend till Jan Feb at least.
Yeah, a lot of companies have
Most of my yeah, most of my friends are working like they have been informed they will be working from work from home till December at least.
and here we have you in office on a Sunday.
No, actually, looking at this is the difference between sales job and other jobs. Like you have to be in the field. Like you have to face the people, you have to meet the retailers, you have to meet the distributors. No matter what, you have to be there on the field. Otherwise, you don't have that impact on the team. Like team is there working throughout in the field, and if you are not there in the field, then team gets demotivated. यार ये ऑफिस में बैठा है या ये घर पे बैठ के काम कर रहा है. So this type of things, and there is a lot of pressure when you join into sales organization. So I'll explain you some of these things later on. Like
Yeah,
when you join, you have experienced people working under your control and all the things.
right. So since you spend a lot of time on field and with the all the necessary restrictions which are on the mandatory things like a mask, so how do you feel with a mask on such a big beard?
Uh, no, it's like it has become a natural, like a normal thing to us now, right now. Like when you wear a t-shirt, when you wear a shirt, when you move out of the house, you have to wear the mask, you have to take the sanitizer, you have to take the precautions, because at the end of the day, you are not only one whom you are there in the market, you will be meeting your retailers, you will be meeting your distributors, you will be meeting your team. So you have to take care of yourself as well as of your team and other members as well, because one mistake from your side can hurt others as well.
Right. So we let people join in according to their convenience, and we're anyways live on YouTube, so the catch up can be done, and there are viewers from that end as well. So
Right.
I'll start by welcoming you to Power Dose 5, Heart of
Thank you.
Sales. We have Ninad Patil, who is the area sales manager for Varun Beverages, and he's an alumni of KJ Sama Institute of Management, also formerly studies and research also, but that's how things are as of now. And he has a ton of insights on sales, and we've named this session in particular Heart of Sales as because of two main reasons. That A, we want to say that we will talk about the art of sales, and the second part, that the heart of sales lies in the field, and that's particular where our expert today has a lot of experience across companies, uh, and we'll hand it over to him to tell us something about his experience in the companies that he's worked.
Okay. Thank you, Vishesh. Thank you for the introduction. So I'll basically start from my journey from MBA. Like after MBA, I did my internship with United Biscuits. So I was more inclined towards sales. And we all know that internship is something where we try our hands-on experience. Like we try something on that field. Let's try for sales. Let's try for IT. Let's try for anything. And if you like that field, you tend to continue with the same thing. Like earlier week also, one of my colleague had an like same lecture, and he said he was with sales and he liked it, so he continued with the same thing with PPO. Similar thing happened with me. I was intern with United Biscuits, and then after two and a half months of internship, they took my interview and everything was in process. And then the things happened was, uh, can you hear me? Sorry,
Yeah,
so
I was
somebody
able
said.
to hear clearly. Uh, I was able to hear clearly only. I don't think there is an issue with the voice.
Okay. So let's continue. So after this internship, I had an interview with CEO of United Biscuits, and the interview was in the Lalit in Mumbai. I got selected among 10 people, like 10 shortlisted people from our colleges, and only one person was selected throughout the year for as a management trainee with United Biscuits. So one of the good thing is, in whole over India, there is only one person who has selected as a management trainee. The whole organization is looking at you, how you perform and how you take upon the opportunity. Because you are not the sales background, you are somebody who is a fresher, moved out of college, and then you have that pressure of sales, like the language of sales, the way they live into sales. And later on, after 2 3 months of training in Delhi, then I was shifted to Chandigarh, then again shifted back to Delhi. So there were many different things happening in there. Then I planned to switch to Varun Beverages, as it was a bigger organization compared to United Biscuits, and a bigger brand, Pepsi, as they say, a bigger brand, and good opportunity as an area sales manager into Maharashtra. So, uh, that is how, like, I got connected with Varun Beverages. Now
Right.
I'm
So
working with Varun Beverages, handling territories like Satara district, Sangli district, and upcountry of Pune. So handling all the categories of Varun Beverage, like from CSD, carbonated soft drinks, to Tropicana, to what Aquafina. So all the categories comes under my control.
right. So, since you worked in the two companies, probably you have worked a lot in modern trade, and now you are, completely, also included in the on-ground, sales activities with, a lot of mom and pop and those kinds of retail as well. So, could you, throw some light on how things become very different in these two different categories?
Completely different. Like when you talk about modern trade, it is completely different. There is customer oriented. Like you have DMart. Those DMart guys send you a PO. You don't have to change. You can't change into that PO. You have to get delivered to the X amount of quantities what they have asked for. So modern trade and general trade, there are a lot many differences. Modern trade is more about organized trade. Like you go, you crack the deals, you make deal with a big client, and then you are through. Like you have orders from all over Maharashtra of DMart. But when you go to retail outlet, when you go to this general trade or traditional trade, which is actually very strong in India, you have to go to outlet, a pan tapri guy as well to crack a deal. You have to go to distributors. You have to have word with many people. So here there are many people in traditional trade where you have to convince, and in modern trade you have to convince one person. But the difference is in traditional trade you have so many people. So if you miss out one two people, it's okay. You can still manage. But in modern trade, you have that one person whom you have to convince by hook or crook. If you miss out that thing, then you are dead. Like you cannot crack the deal. So basically, there are the organized and unorganized sector. Uh, People would tend, like my suggestion would be, yeah, going to a modern trade would be always a greater hand, because it will have your like MBA skills used. You will be wearing your suit and blazer and everything to go out to the market and visit the clients. When it comes to traditional trade, yeah, you will have to be like proper sales guy on the road. The people out there in the pan tapri, you are talking to him in the same tone how he is talking. So the level of understanding you should match with them.
Yeah, right. So we will quickly jump on to the thing for which students are most interested in. That that if they have to opt for a career in sales, what should they look at inside themselves that they should go for this, and what are the advantages of opting for a career in sales?
Okay. So basically, sales, one thing you need, you don't need to be very smart or anything like that, but you need to be very persistent, because sales is more about follow up. How much time you take follow up and everything, how systematic you plan out the week. Because there is a month end, there is a month of the target. I have to achieve a target of a month, but it's not about the month, it's about the week, it's about the day, it's about the morning section, evening section, how much I am selling in the day. So I have a daily asking, if I have to sell 30,000 cases in a whole month, per day I have to sell 1,000 cases. This is the track record. This is like my team is divided. I have 11 members under my control, and I have to divide the targets into each one and keep a track of them. How much is the sale and how much you are lacking, what is the requirement. So mainly when you want to get into sales, you need to be very strong with these things, follow up, persistent, and then you have to have calculations in your mind. Like always you will have that thing कि हाँ इतना target हुआ है, इतना pending है. More sales is more of target oriented. So you will have a lot of money out here, you will have a huge incentives. If you are interested in, like your main motive is money, then sales is the best field for you.
Right. So, you mentioned a lot of things about not managing the target, managing a team, and as a lot of management trainees they get recruited, and after their training period, which ranges from 6 months to 1.5 years, they join in as area sales manager or territory sales heads. So, how is your role defined on a day-to-day basis? I you briefed us about it, but what is it completely comprised of, or like a working normal working
So
weekday?
basically, Right. So basically, it's a sales job. So sales job includes basically everything in the territory, in my territory. All the Pepsi which enters in the market should go from my side, either from my distributor end, from my wholesaler end, from any way around, but it should go from my end. The control should be in my control. Everybody, everything should be under my control. If I want to give this Aquafina to somebody, then only I am doing it. Otherwise, if I don't want to, I'll not give it. So that is the control. So day to day thing happens like our day starts at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock we have a meeting with the team members like what is the daily asking. As I said, every day we have a daily asking. Every person has his asking rate. This much is the target he has to achieve for the day. So we have conversation with all the team members. What is the daily asking? How he is planning to go about it. So basically, this month starts with a pre-journey plan. Whole month starts with a pre-journey plan. We have a pre-journey plan on 28th of the early month. Like what we'll be doing next day 13, day 14, day 15, the whole month. And we have to follow that plan. If there is something we have to think about why we have to go to that place. Because handling a lot of districts and a lot of cities, it is really tough to visit all of them in a month. So you have to plan, and then you have to go about that plan. Like morning 8 o'clock, you have a call, you give a call to all team members. Yes, yeah. So let's go about it. All the best. Yeah, let's focus on this product today. Let's focus on this product. If we can achieve target today as well, let's focus on this product. If we can achieve target today as well, like yesterday we have to do it. Today we have to do extra part. One who has fallen weak, I can go with that person and work along with him. So it motivates him. So this is how our day starts. After lunch break, we have a similar conversation with the team. How is the work going on? What numbers they are achieving and everything. And then again, I have a session at 4:30 with the team. Like how was your day? If they have completed their task, they can leave or they can take a rest at 4:30. Otherwise, you have still have to continue with the same and to cover up the outlets, cover up the villages. So this is how we go about it. At 6:37 we have a reporting for the whole day what we had, what my team members had. And 7 I have a call with my senior manager, like what was the outcome of the day. So it is more of like calling and taking follow up. So sometimes you get fed up of calls. You are so many calls. Like you are on a call and you have 4 or 5 missed calls. You have 4 or 5 waiting calls waiting for you. But this is the job. Like you have to coordinate with the people.
Right. So since you mentioned that you first cracked the internship at McVitie's, sorry, United Biscuits, and from that's the biggest brand. I actually said it by mistake. And then you proceeded with that Pan India CEO level interview for your pre-placement offer, and then you proceeded with cracking Varun beverages. So if you were to guide people on how to crack sales and sales interviews, then what should they display themselves as? So what would be your key pointers to them?
So nowadays, organizations are not looking people with lot of experience. If you look at Varun Beverages, they prefer anybody with 1 years of corporate experience. So they don't need anybody with very huge experience of retail or sales. They just need somebody who is passed out, have a corporate experience of 1 or 2 years, and ready to work with sales. So the attitude of the organizations have moved from experience to a fresh mind. Like, it's okay to have a fresh mind. He should be very active to work for sales. He should be interested into FMCG. This is how basic needs the organization have nowadays. So you should have some basic knowledge like beat plan, then GTM. GTM is go to the market. So some basic terms, if you know, then it's an value added to the thing. After 3-4 years of experience, when you are into the field, yeah, then switching becomes easy because you know some basic terms of the sales, which I'm right now using like beat plan, daily asking, primary, secondary. These are the words where we use on a regular basis. So these things you get used to it after like years of experience or 2 years of experience. But when you go into this interview or anything, get prepared with what are the products that organization is having. So basic knowledge of the product, basic knowledge of the experience. Be very confident about yourself, because sales is more about how confident you are about yourself. Because you have to sell product, you have to sell the concept, not only product but concept to the distributors, concept to your colleagues and everybody. Like how you have to go about the sales target. The targets are very high on the still you have to convince the people that we will achieve it. So you have to very confident. So basic 3 4 things: knowledge about the organization, knowledge about the product, be very confident, and be enthusiastic to work for sales. So these four, 5 things are more than enough for a fresher to get into sales.
Right, great. I mean, a lot of personal skills and a lot of motivations that if your motivations are strong, you can well pick up even if you were a fresher. Certainly. And such trends
Right,
were
right.
observed in in our placement batch. And moving on, what do you think, how can a person start with sales and define a career for himself? And how can they build their future starting from here?
Okay. So basically, when I was getting into sales, I just checked out the profiles of on the top management of all the many organization which I was known to. Like many of the top managements are from sales and marketing. So when you getting to be there, sales is the basic ladder you should go through. Yeah, there are people from other fields as well who are at the top, but when you look at the top management, every person out there who has already done sales, who has already done marketing. So these are the basic needs when you want to go to at the top position. So this is what my mindset was: let's get into sales. We have a lot of higher ladder to grow up to. There is a lot of opportunities. One of the good thing is sales is the job where you have lot of opportunity in the market. During this COVID situation, there are many organizations who are still hiring for sales. My organization, there were many job cuts, but it was mostly into other divisions, but there was no job cuts into sales. So any organization want to survive, they should have sales team. So it is like one of the safest job, but the pressure out here is tremendous in the sales. Like that, you have to achieve the target for whole organization to survive. So yeah, there is lot of opportunities, lot of organizations. The world is very huge. Many organizations, like for to name a few, I had a list of 25 to 30 organizations which I want to go into. So 25 to 30 organizations which I want to go into, and there are other organizations which there are like they are ready to take people like us who are interested into sales. So you have a huge opportunity for future. You have a good opportunity with money. Like if you think about package and everything, incentives, other things, you have a very good opportunity out there as well. But talking about pressure, yeah, tremendous pressure. Sometimes you feel you tend to start thinking like, why I am here after doing MBA. When you receive your incentive, you are like, ah, chal chalta hai yaar.
Yeah, I mean, like a popular line on our particular platform and the podcast which we do was that, MBA is a student in an MBA is like coal in a mine when subjected to heat and pressure becomes diamond. So probably you should take out your MBA as somewhere you can learn to absorb and accept a lot of pressure and yet continue to deliver. So since you
Right.
work with Varun Beverages, you have a very strong competitor around in the market, and it's pretty much neck to neck with you guys. So, how do you go about managing that? That's there must be a challenge, certainly.
Yes, it's like they are the market leaders. I agree with it. The Coca-Cola, Hindustan Coca-Cola are the market leader. But when you go into market, when you realize how they are the market leaders, you will realize there are many things which work out for them. Like if you look about Coca-Cola, it is there in Mumbai and Pune. But if you look into the rural, you won't find Coca-Cola. You will only find Thums Up and Sprite. So these two products are there throughout rest of Maharashtra. I work in rest of Maharashtra, so I have better knowledge of this. That only Thums Up and Sprite is famous among rest of Maharashtra. But looking at our products, our Mirinda is famous in rest of Maharashtra very much. Our Slice is famous in rest of Maharashtra. Looking at Mumbai or Pune, people tend to buy Pepsi. But in rural, if you go to it, people don't buy Pepsi or Coca Cola. They prefer Mirinda or Slice, or rather than that, they would prefer 7 Up. So taste and demand is different. Pepsi is fighting through and through with Coca Cola with very good initiatives. Now, what a new product launch was 1.25 Pepsi, which was around 60 rupees MRP, which we have moved to 50 rupees. So that was a game changer. You can see these ads in IPL and other platform as well. Salman Khan is the brand ambassador, and Bada Pepsi 50 mein. So this is how we tackle these problems. Like we are fighting with thumbs up. We can't fight with the taste, but we have to fight with price point. And price point helps us everywhere. Like in rural, if you go with the price point, the retailer is earning because they sell it above MRP. And when it comes to Bombay or Pune, the consumer is winner here because he is getting at a lower price point and a large quantity. So we, as a Pepsi, always play on price point. We have all products 1 or 2 rupees cheaper than what they have. So
Right.
looking at bars, we have all bars monopoly with Pepsi and 7 Up because we have 3 or 4 rupees price point difference in their product and our product. So bar people would prefer anything but margin. So how this is how we tackle it. We have very good reach in the distribution. Thumbs Up, Coca Cola, they prefer to play in wholesale. We prefer to play in distribution. So we have very good team with us to distribute, and they have their wholesale background, like people sitting in Bombay and Pune with big wholesalers, and this is how they go about their distribution. So it's a really challenge to tackle Thumbs Up and Sprite, but yeah, with good distribution and within 2-3 years we'll be back on track because 2016, 2013 we were market leaders. Due to this some this Nodbandi and some issues, we are back into back. We are at the back foot. But at Bombay, we have 53% share, which is better than Coca Cola. Are you able to hear me?
There's some disturbance. Is your phone ringing?
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Okay.
Um, I think there was some call or some disturbance in the network. While we're almost winded up with this session, and I think Ninad will be joining us. So, in case, meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat box.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
we're
got a call.
connected. Yeah. I could feel it's the sound of vibration which was coming through, and quite understandable. So, that would be all from my end. I have asked people on who've joined us in case they have any other questions, and let's see if anybody has any questions. Meanwhile, I just wanted to ask you that when you get up and you have to work on a Sunday, and a lot of your friends and other people that don't have to do that. How does that feel?
So one of the good things which I'll tell you personally from my side is when you are on the field, sales field, you can do your personal work as well. Like when you are on the field, you have some bank work. You can go to the bank and you can visit the outlet besides bank and then do your work as well. So that is the advantage. Every job has its advantage and pros and cons kind of thing. So when you go out in the market, everything is open. Like mostly what I go into market, I look at fruits, I buy fruits, I eat them while doing a market. So this is what a person who is in the office who works from 9 to 6 won't be able to do it. He'll be enjoying his Saturday and Sundays, but for me every day is new. Every day there is no monotonous job. Like this is how what should go. I every day I'm into new market with new people. So it doesn't matter. Sunday feels like, yeah, nowadays I'm working on Sundays because of this COVID situation. Otherwise, we had relaxed Sundays, and it is okay. This time will pass on. So we just have to hold on this thing. Like it's okay. This is the bad situation we all are facing, and once it is through and through, everything will be fine.
So now Nalin is asking. He also plays volleyball in college. That how do you follow your passion like volleyball in a tough sales job?
Sorry friend. Like I don't even get time to play or anything like that in nowadays. But like this before COVID, I used to play football. I still used to play football in Satara. So I had a team out there who used to play from morning 7 to 8. Usually our work used to start at 9:30 earlier, but now due to COVID, we have a tight schedule. It starts at 8. So nowadays it's really tough. But during normal time, I used to play for 1.5 hour in the morning time, where I used to play football with my friends, and then at 9:30 I used to join my work. It goes around 6:30, and being alone in Satara, you have time with you. You can work on your physique as well. Looking at me, my physique drastically changed when COVID started. Like we don't even get time to exercise as well, because there is a lot of pressure out here now. You can see on the face of every sales guy, he has that pressure in COVID. Because in this COVID, nobody was drink, like people or government was like, do not drink cold drink, do not have cold drinks. And I am the person who is selling cold drink. So it's like, yeah, I know the situation, I know everything, but there are people out here who drink regularly, who need these things. We also have Tropicana juice, which is again a add-on to our portfolio. We have Aquafina, so we focus more on these things rather than CH beverages, the carbonated beverages.
Right.
Yeah, passion. Sometimes you have to compromise with passion, but then you get time. Only such tough times, like such times. Otherwise, you get time. You get at least an hour daily to play or to do whatever activities you wish to.
Right. So I guess we don't have any more questions. Thank you so much, Nath, for joining us and lending your wonderful insights. I think this video on sales will get the most number of replays afterwards because a lot of people are interested. Uh, okay, we have a question from Sagar. We'll take that before we wind up. Um I have developed liking for sales, and one of the reasons to do MBA has been digital marketing and analytics. So, how can we link sales to these fields as they are more of back end like marketing and analytics? How can we connect them with sales?
Okay, so basically there is a field called pre-sales, which is a mid kind of field which works with sales team and the backend team, which is the main. They do the work of coordination. So that is again a good field where you can work. Yes, there is again a lot of pressure with the pre-sales team because the backend team, which is working on the product, is from India, and the client side or the sales team is from other countries. So you have to manage. There is timeline gap and everything. So one of the good thing is there is a field called pre-sales where you can connect with sales